Hi, it's me, Annalisa Boyd, Orthodox Christian wife, mom to almost 10, and the author of the Ascetic Lives of Mothers, Hear Me, and Special Agents of Christ with my tea. Today, I'm going to be continuing to answer some of the questions that a group of us panel moms had received from a MOPs group a couple weeks ago, and I just thought they were without answering. We only got to like 4 or 5 because apparently all of us on the panel were talkers, but all the other women had such amazing stories and valuable things to say. It was really cool. So I didn't mind not getting to everything, but I thought these were good things to answer here in my car. All right, so we did the first 4. So now we're on number 5, and that was, did you spend one-on-one time with each child? If so, what did you do and how did you make time? So, as I just stated, I am the mom of almost 10. So we have 10 in the house. One is pending adoption, and so we will have 5 boys and 5 girls. And there's not a ton of time for one-on-one time if you're considering one-on-one time being that you go and do something separate from everybody else. I don't have a lot of one-on-one time. We have certain events each year, and that sounds horrible maybe, that a child gets one-on-one total absolute, it's 1-on-2 because my husband and I, each child we take out to dinner for their birthday. They get to pick where we go, they get to pick what we do for dessert, and we just have that mom and dad time to really, really, really have a good time together. But there are plenty of opportunities throughout almost any day, depending on what's going on, to give each child, a one-on-one moment. And it may just be a few minutes each day. Even if it's just cuddling or doing a hug, making that eye contact when you're talking to them instead of, and I'm really bad at this, but when you're trying to get things done in the kitchen or laundry or something like that, and you're answering questions, but we don't look at them. We don't look at our kids. So having that eye contact, that counts as one-on-one connection. If we can say to some of the other children, go play for a few minutes, and you just bring that child in and talk to them, or, mostly listen to them. How are things going? I just want to give you a hug today. And having that moment to let them know that you see them, you acknowledge their existence, because sometimes, especially the poor middle children, they get kind of lost in the shuffle. But being able to take a moment and hug each one and maintain that eye contact for a few minutes for their insides, that counts as one-on-one time. We're not always able to go, even when you have 2, it's not always possible to have a date night each week or something like that. So anyway, I think that counts. So that's especially in those larger families. We just have to make the moments that we have count. All right, number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. How do you manage stubbornness in your husband? Oh my goodness. Balancing the need for family peace, but also having his needs met. I like this one. I think there's another one on the husband. Hold on. Okay. I think this is the one that we talked about a bit. So, something that I think is important here, and I don't think the person who asked this question was talking about, I'm trying to manage my husband. But I think terminology is very important to help us in our mindsets, and that is we aren't managing our husbands. Our husbands are grown adults, and we need to treat them like grown adults and not like another one of our children. And I think oftentimes moms do that because we're kind of compartmentalizing everything to try to accomplish everything we possibly can that needs to get done in a day. A lot of us feel like, oh, I need more than 24 hours in a day. And you know what? God has given us 24 hours in a day to accomplish what we're going to accomplish. But we have to make sure that we don't have the mentality that we are managing our husbands, because then a lot of times they allow themselves to be managed. And then we put ourselves into a situation that we don't want to be in, where our husband is like one of the kids that we have to make sure we have that, eye contact and one-on-one time and, all this. No. My husband is a grown-up. He is a grown man. And so I guess I would reword it as, how do you engage with your husband when you feel like he's being stubborn? And I think trying to find good common ground and showing mutual respect for one another is a very important place to start. Trying to set aside moments. Now, we had years, probably 15 years of our marriage, where we probably went on a date night like twice a year. We just didn't need it. We had opportunities inside our home to connect and talk. So I'm not saying that you need a date night, but you do need to try to find moments where you can connect and talk, and it's not over the children. So maybe at bedtime, or some people are in different schedules. So you have a husband who's getting up super early in the morning to go to work, and then goes to bed early before even the kids go to bed. We were kind of on that schedule for a while. And I would say in those situations, pick a day that you're going to get up with your husband, or that you guys can plan it to get up a little earlier. Or pick a day when you're going to get up or stay up a little later and have a moment to talk with each other. And don't just talk about the children. You need to check in with each other. And then you can talk about the children. But making those connections with each other, adult to adult, parent to parent, is important first. And then address the needs or issues or whatever with the children. Try to figure out how you guys can benefit or help each other. What things you can do to make things a little easier for him, and vice versa. Don't be afraid to speak up. But maybe you have a husband that needs to be heard first, and that's okay. And ask him, what would be helpful for you, for me to do? Maybe, like in my home, maybe it's, keeping the table cleared off, because it's the first thing he sees when he walks in the house. And it's overwhelming to have a stressful day at work and come home and there's this pile. And just one small thing that might make things easier. Or that he comes home and maybe needs 15 minutes to himself just to breathe and prepare to interact with everybody else. And vice versa. Letting him know, hey, after you've had your 15 minutes or 30 minutes to kind of acclimate yourself to being at home again, I would love to have this amount of time to take a break, because I've been with everybody all day, and just have nobody touch me for a few minutes. There's a great book out there called How We Love. I will put up the name. I know I've mentioned it before. Really neat book. Really great book. Probably the best marriage book I've come across in 25 years of marriage, because there's the the love languages, and this kind of goes deeper. So the love languages would be this total surface thing, and this goes really to the heart of, okay, so that's my love language maybe, but why do I love the way I love, and why do I receive love the way I receive love? And it really goes to the core of ourselves and helps us to be able to understand each other better. It's really, really good. Anyway, so there's that. All right. Well, I only got to 2 more questions, and I've used up about 10 minutes here. But yeah, there's a lot of good stuff here, huh? Anyway, I am so glad that I'm doing these again, and I hope that this is helpful for somebody. It's helpful for me. All right, well, let's keep on working out our salvation one mama moment at a time.